qualifies for like I think 175, right? FHA.
Okay.
Okay. What if we find an investment property, use a non-QM loan, and it's already covered by the actual rents currently? And then she needs to bring in what, like 10%, but I can co-sign for 10% down or whatever. But what is it, 20%, 50% down?
All right. So just to recap, so mom's going to live there or not live there?
Eventually we would evict.
The existing tenant, and then mom would move in.
Yeah,
Okay. So if we do an FHA loan, she's got to be in there within 60 days of closing.
right. So if we do an FHA, obviously we would meet that requirement. But let's say we want to qualify for more
Okay.
house, because she's
Yeah.
only qualifying for 175. So I'm thinking about using a non-QM on a rented location.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So as long as the mortgage payment is covered by the rents, then you're good. And so that would allow you to borrow as much up to 80% loan to value on that building.
so and then if she has income, it would cover the difference because maybe the rents don't cover the mortgage, the
Yeah. So,
down.
and actually in those, you can't mix them, sadly. You can only do one or the other. So if you go full doc, then you have to stay full doc for the full thing. Or if you want to go debt service coverage ratio, you just simply that, and there's nothing else.
Okay. So essentially the rental income sets the purchase price.
It can, yeah, depending on the rate. Yep. So you can really just work backwards into it saying, I'm going to get this much in rents, and then that's going to be this much payment. How much loan can I get from that at at XYZ rate?
What's the down payment on that?
20% is the best.
20%. Why not just go conventional?
Because you may not have the ability to go that high on the full doc, like you were saying. So she's like capped at 170, and you want to buy a 250 house, then you can go put 50 grand in and be able to make that work.
Right, right. Okay. That's right. So this is like a secondary option to a conventional.
Yeah, because a lot of people will want to get to that threshold. So, for example, one of my investors right now is acquiring a building. He's purchasing it with lower rents, getting it to work through the debt service coverage ratio, and then he's going to convert it to an assisted living facility afterwards and cash flow up the wazoo.
Yeah.
And so, but we're going to qualify it off the existing rents, is what we're going to do.
Yeah. Which would be a favorable purchase price because it
Yep.
needs to be covered for that amount. And then he essentially does a revamp on the entire business structure
Yep.
to make it
And
something else.
now he cash flows beautifully and he's super happy.
Okay. What about storage units? Because that's what I want to buy.
Commercial, different beast, but yes, we can do it.
Okay. Okay. So I think we would go that route because I really want to kind of stray away from residential as far as
Oh,
tenants go. And I
okay.
want
Yeah.
at least one commercial plot or lot
Sure.
with storages. So we
So
can,
this,
so the
so
interest rate would go up, right?
no, there's
Look,
depending on the project, there still can be in the fives and sixes.
yeah.
Generally a 20 to 25 year amortization with a 10-year stop. So that means balloons in 10 years. So you got to refinance it at the end of that 10 years. Um, and then you would really just determine if it's lendable for the project based off of the rent rolls. So we would need the storage unit facility to provide their rent rolls for the last couple of years so we can see how they're cash flowing.
And then I would need what, maybe 30% down at that point?
Probably 25, probably 25%.
25, so a quarter million on a million.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then let's say there's seasoning requirements on funds that I receive. Is it three
Yes.
months or
It should be just 2 months.
two
But your
months for
commercial,
seasoning?
yeah, so your commercial loans though normally take 90 days to close anyway.
Mm,
And so
okay.
at minimum, at the best, like that's the fastest. And it's normally it's 3 months to 6 months. So that's how long they normally run. So if you're looking at
Wow, that's a long time.
it is, yeah, they're just a lot. They have environmental reports, the appraisals are longer, like everything just takes a lot longer. So it gives you
Sounds
plenty
like
of time to
nothing.
season your assets once you go under contract.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, perfect. So, man, all this is really, doable.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's
Yep.
just knowing how to do it.
Yes, that's right. And it's and
The
or
more I
just
get into this, it's like all I need to do is just like facilitate it. There's
well,
nothing stopping.
you just start doing it, and then if the numbers make sense, you get money, and if they don't make sense, you don't get money. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
that
you
it's
lose
that easy.
money.
And it's
Or you make money less slower or slower.
well, we're not going to lend if it doesn't make sense. Does that? So it's almost like it's a guaranteed. it's almost like a guarantee that you're going to be successful because the bank's not going to give you the loan unless it makes sense on their end.
On the lender's end, right? But on
Huh?
the
Yep.
consumer's end,
Yep.
on
Exactly.
what? Yeah, on the lender's end. Yeah.
Yep. Because we're going to look at so a commercial loan like that for the storage facility is going to be off the rents. So it's going to be a debt service coverage ratio product.
Yeah.
So they're just looking at how much is renting, how much is our payment, here's how much down you need, here's your rate, and they just break it all down super easy for you, and you can determine if you want it or put more down for cash flow or think you can get the project to be higher in its rents that it's receiving. So it's like a
Yeah.
future growth kind of thing.
Yeah. Pretty good. Okay. I didn't even think about that until we started talking about non-QM loans. But
Yeah.